Today I'm analyzing a Panda game that got last place, trying to figure out what went wrong, how to improve, and hopefully we will all learn something from this. So welcome back to BG Review, which is actually a very old series I used to do. It kind of stopped, but I want to bring it back. Basically, every Monday I'll be taking a game from a viewer that they submit and then give feedback. So basically, you watching could send me a game and I could, help you out if something went wrong. If you want to know how to send in a game for me to criticize, then check all the info in the description below. But for this first installment, because no one sent in a video yet, because this is the first time I'm doing it again, I'll be looking at one of my own games. A last place that I got with Panda, and I don't really know what went wrong, or I don't remember this game, so let's look at it together and figure out how we are gonna be able to improve this placement maybe. So from these options, I think it's clearly Panda. The others are just kind of not playable, they're just really bad, so I think it was alright. Turn 1, twice as nice has potential, the other hero power never triggers, so I do think this is alright. But it doesn't trigger because only one the shop refreshes, and the shop didn't refresh yet, but I think at the start of next turn it will trigger. Sally is the best token here, and it's a Diablo lobby, meaning we will have to be able to get some tempo on the board. Now here we got a pair on Chroma, and we got Cindy hero power. Synargosa on the right, which buffs his frozen minions, or 3 wishes from Zephyrus. 3 wishes doesn't really trigger. We can't really make it work here. We have to take Cindy here because the other just has no value for us. But then the question is, do I just level here? Do I stay down? So I just took this Cindy hero power and leveled here, get the passive buff on both Chromas. But honestly, I could maybe even full freeze, although nah, I think this is fine. I think this line is okay. It's a bit awkward to try and stay down here and figure something out. So far, our hero powers were okay. They gave us a pretty strong buffed pair that I'm going to be able to buy next turn. Next hero power is Yashiraj, or the right one, I think, was one of the bad hero powers. Choose if any minion copies the health. Yeah, it's Vandar. This is horrible. So I don't think it's Vandar. Unless the other one has no value to us. And Yashiraj, you could hero power here buy. Hero power buy seems really slow though. If you hero power buy, you have to freeze another Chroma wing. You get a random 2-drop. Is a random 2-drop better than just double buying this pair though? I think I figured out no. And I think this is still correct, like selling the Zeddy here, double buying, and just taking the tempo hero power then, getting +2 health on the droplet. But I wonder if it was ever better to keep the token on board, just hero power, buy Chroma, and freeze. But I don't like it that much. I think this is still fine. I think this line. I think I like it. As of right now, I don't really see anything that I would have really done different. We're facing Diablo though, and we got Zephyrus hero power. And I think I got baited. I think this turn, I saw Zephyrus, was like, okay, I have to take it now because I might not get it offered again, and we get a guaranteed triple here onto Chroma. The other one does nothing, right? The other one is a Greybow hero power. But then it's a bit awkward. I would have to just triple into a 3-drop here and then just buy one of these other shitty cards in shop. So that's exactly what I did. We're also facing Diablo, so that's why I think tripling into a 3-drop was fine here for strength. But I didn't really think about what I wanted, and these are like okay hits. Like Bristle by Brood has potential, the other is not really that much, but it's just not good enough. Like it's just kind of bad still, and not even that much tempo. It would have actually been better to buy double whelp here and get another pair on the board. So I think I got a little bit baited here. I think I got baited by the Zephyrus hero power because I got this pair, and I should have just not tripled yet, just take another pair, the whelp pair, because it's not that weak here either. They both deal 3 damage, and 3 drops in this lobby, maybe there was something good I could have hit, but generally speaking, I don't think I needed it. I'm gonna lose against Diablo regardless. I still lost even when tripling into a 3-drop. You can see, or you can't see it because I'm blocking it, but now you can see it by frustration. Anyway, there's another Glyph Guardian pair, and then Mukla. It's not great either. Neither is Sneed, but like none of them really work if on a level buy here, and that's what I wanted to do. So I think I just ignored my hero power, which is something on Panda that you need to do more. Like one thing is that people just get 2 hero powers from Panda and they think they have to use your hero power every turn. But no, if your hero power is awkward, don't use it. Don't get baited in using a bad hero power just because, right? So you could sell the droplet here for bananas, but it just doesn't make sense. I'd rather keep the econ on the board. Next hero power is either twice as nice again, which could give us a pair on a 3-drop if I roll here, but this was a good shop that I wanted to buy, so I don't think I'm gonna take that. Instead, the other one just gives me some passive attack scaling because it's Rokara, and I think that's fine, like just getting some attack across the board. It's not that weak, so picking that up, especially when I'm gonna take a Cyclone here, makes sense. And here I rolled, I took a pair as well, and that's it. This turn was just pretty basic. We're not doing that much. I got like 1 Chroma Wing. It's only turn 6 though, but I also have a pair now, so we finally have potential of maybe tripling into something soon. We are still losing fights though, because this person had Juggler, also got an early Dazzling Light spawn. And as you will see at my health total, I'm already at 15. I'm at damage cap this early, and it might have been because I got baited by the triple. I think bait triples is like one of the key core concepts in the game that even I still sometimes fall from. Wait, what were my hero powers? Now here it's Nosdormu or the buff, and I decided to just level and take the buff, I guess. The free roll could be nice though. I don't know why I'm gonna value the +3/+3 here. Maybe I should value the free roll. Oh, but I want to play full tempo. I guess it makes sense. I'm up against Diablo. I'm not even leveling. I plan on staying down because of how weak I am, and using hero power for tempo. That's a really good shop though, because I kind of need like gems for this this brute that has been on my board for so long. And I have 1 gem in hand. I have banner. I have this dude generating me gems. We got a buff here. All in all I'm doing is taking tempo lines here, and I still got my pair. So Diablo is pretty strong. We are able to beat him, however, because I stayed down and I'm playing like max tempo lines here. I'm actually not that weak. But oh, now we're facing the actual Diablo turn. So last turn was a turn before his Diablo turn, so he has not used any spells yet. This turn he's gonna use all of his spells. I got Toki hero power. The other option was Greybow, which doesn't do anything on my board. So I think Toki is a pretty obvious pick here. And I mean I have to level here because I'm on tier 3. It's turn 8. I don't know what else I would be doing on tier 3. On tier 5 you can hero power into like a Leroy, into maybe a Spike. Now that card is a little bit of stats, so I decided to go for it. Yes, we do have like 1 spell in our shop. We could get another one, but I cycled a gem here because I kind of need 2 gems still for my Tough Tusk and my Brute. Now the question is, was it correct to go with this 5 drop? I think it was. Like anything that makes me stronger for this turn is something I have to take, right? There's no way I can greed here or not play full tempo because of the position that I put myself into, tripling this Chroma Wing early into a 3 drop and then just being limited with that potential. Also, maybe I should start playing a bumper. It's a no mech lobby, but so far, I mean, I could get super punished here for not playing a bumper. Luckily, I didn't. We do lose. We only take 6, however, which is kind of fine. Like, we're still alive. We're not the only ones on low HP. There's 2 people actually doing even worse than us. We're facing our farm on tier 6. And, I mean, with this Slysssa hero power, we could level to tier 5 and discover 2 dragons, which is, like, something, but we can never level here. So instead I took the Queen hero power because we actually have a lot of different tribes: Elemental, Quillboar, Dragon, Naga. So it's something. And yeah, I'm taking Jugs, I'm taking attack buffs here, I'm taking anything that's gonna, you know, help me stabilize against this farm. And maybe, like at first scaling, I was thinking maybe I just do some sort of scuff tier 4 Naga comp with this critter on my board. But yeah, I kind of soft lock myself in a board that doesn't upgrade. And that is what happens when you tunnel vision too much on tempo and not on the potential that you can do. Because there's no max in a lobby. There is Quillboar, so we could technically go into a Shaker comp, but I already have to commit my gems onto 2 cards that I have on the board. It's trying to figure out what my outs are in this position, where I can go that is going to keep me alive. And I'm using all of my spells on my Divine Shields because those get the permanent buffs from that Critter Wrangler playing stats. I'm not weak here. I have a pretty strong board for the turn here. I also used all my spells. I didn't want to die and go solo 8. But let's see how this is turn 9 compared to this Rarran, for example. And he has double Lil Reg, Genie, but other than that, not too much. So it seems like we might win this fight. And yes, we do indeed. But now I'm kind of stuck, because I went all in, used all my spells, and there's nowhere to go. I have a triple here, though. I got a triple on Brute. We just have to take it into a 5 drop and pray. We kind of have to lean into Scam now. But there's no Murloc, so no Sefin. So the only Scam cards would be like Leroy. That Brute in the shop is interesting because it also scales with spells that we play, like this triple reward. And here, this is a tough choice. So Boar, I have no gems for this turn. Bristleback Knights, it's a 5/8 that falls off quickly. I have no scaling for it. So I was like, Myrmidon, that's what I'm going to scale. The only scaling I have is this Critter Wrangler. I'm just going to put all my spells, everything I find, onto Myrmidon, build a big dude, and that's going to carry me to a top 4. Which I think is alright, but the issue is my only spell right now is +8 attack, and getting plus double attack value on Myrmidon is not that amazing. You want health on it as well. It's still a glass cannon. So I had to sell out of stuff here. I chose banner boy because I need gems. I have no gems right now, so no shield on this, no this. There's a splitter, a shaker, so we could actually pivot into like a mid-game tempo shaker comp. But yeah, you can see me just being stuck here and not finding a way to upgrade this board. And this is it. We're up against the cookie, who is tier 5 with 2 triples. This is gonna be the end of the road for us. I assume. He has a massive golden weaver, a huge golden wildfire, 2 dazzlings. Technically speaking, that was a good hit and we're not that weak, but that wildfire was disgusting. I think there is definitely a way that we could stay alive here. That Myrmidon even traded 1 for 1, but I think the wildfire hit was too gross. And it was. He just barely gets there because of that. So we could have lived longer and maybe been able to do some sort of pivot still. But let's talk about what went wrong this game, because this was awful. Someone died with me. So yeah, Galakon died with me. Basically, this game is a prime example of not getting baited with hero powers when playing Panda. Early on, I think the hero powers we chose were good, except for the Zephyrs, where we decided to triple into a free drop just because it was Diablo turn. We had a decent turn if we just buy double whelp there. I don't think we're really weak. Like, double whelp sucks, but we still have 2 pairs on the board. At any point in the game, we could still find Zephyrs hero power. And if not, they're 1-drops, they're easy to triple, and getting 2 like decently sized chroma wings on the board is better than just 1 big chroma wing most of the time. Also, a lot of 3-drops here aren't great. There's no Maxin anyway. We had Brood, but we had no gems to skill it up. So it was kind of like a panic moment, I think. And from there on, we were just stuck in that void of not being able to find proper scaling, being stuck on tier 4 without even a shaker comp, with just random stats that I found in the shop. So either I had to bite the bullet and level straight to 5, hope that I stay alive and then maybe I can find Leroy's and scam my way into a top 4, or just hold my greed early game and just take a hit from Diablo, where I'm gonna lose anyway, apparently. Yeah, this was a tough game. I definitely think I could have somehow stabilized if I rolled shaker earlier. I'm not gonna ramble on too long, but yeah, this was the first new episode of BG Review. A little bit of a scuffed one because it's my own game. Again, check the description if you want to send in your game. Thank you for watching. And let me know what you thought down below, because I think feedback is important on the new series that I do. Have a good day.